Play stronger, not faster. Resign like a grandmaster. Hello everyone, I'm Fabian, and this is whatever's episode of my series Resign like a grandmaster. I made no video in such a long time, so probably I don't miss because I will make few videos in the next month. Okay, so this video will still be talking about the ongoing Atomic 960 tournament, and the last part was a joke, and well, school starts for everyone. So this is an Atomic 960 game. The rules is still atomic rules, but the position is randomized. As you can see, this position looks pretty okay for black. White opens with b4, threatening bishop takes g7. Remember, in Atomic 960, as you can see, the capturing rules are atomic rules. So bishop takes g7, explodes the black king. If you remember all the stuff I said in my previous videos, so f6 defense against that. Let me introduce to you who are the players. The white player is Crepuscular, the black player is fast-tsunami, and also known as Fasty or other nicknames. And they are both very strong players, much stronger than me. And well, this is round 3, so much stronger than me. I got eliminated, and IJH is apparently spectating this matchup, and f3 defending against something. Well, queen h5 threatening queen takes h2, so queen to h4, or h4 also okay, but that might result in some problems like well, queen to b5. Well, why allow a queen invasion? Why allow the queen invasion on this side? That's I would play queen h4, but they are better than me. Well, knight to c5, and what's the problem? The problem is, well, the king is pretty stuck in this corner, so maybe some ideas like knight to e5. Is queen to g3 an idea because you can't take, but you can play, well, you can trade queens whenever you like. And the knight will invade. The knight can't invade yet. All the squares are defended, so white develops the bishop. I will also play this move since it defends against the threats, and the bishops cover both c4 and d4. The third rank defenses. Normally the defensive move is of course c3, the third rank defense, but no need to do that since all the squares are covered. All the squares are actually currently covered, and still forces does it even force a trade? Doesn't even force a trade. Now you can't force a queen trade now because knight takes f3. So well, you can take the knight. Why not? If you take the knight, is bishop is queen anywhere a thing? Queen nowhere is a thing. Yeah. Queen doesn't have a threat. g4, exclaim. What's that? g4. Well, it threatens the queen. On h5. fast-tsunami is of course a strong player, and I like him and because, well, he's pretty good. Crepuscular, I believe he might even watch this video. Yeah. Because my videos are pretty bad. And also, it's actually read as U bar, not IU bar. So, yeah. We'll be streaming this match. I believe he's streaming this match right now, but well, my commentaries are better. I'm just kidding. His commentaries are better. You can watch. You can find his channel in, well, on Twitch. Here, the queen just invades, so I'm sure white plays something bad, but it's still okay, I guess. Like, yeah, develops a knight. The queen can't invade yet. Well, even if it goes to b5, you can still play c4, and queen to a4, you can still defend with, well, knight there. You can sometimes trade a queen for 2 or 3 pieces here. So pings a knight can't move. What's the material situation? Is it equal? Yeah, looks like it's equal. You can castle. If you castle, well, you can. Well, in Atomic 960, castling is the same as normal Fisher random chess. So if you castle, your rook will end up on f1, your king will end up on g1. If you somehow castle long, for example, you move the queen out of the way, your king will end up on c1 and your rook will end up on d1. Okay, so fast-tsunami plays knight to d6, threatening knight to e4. And well, knight to e4 will be a good move, so I suppose knight to d5 maybe. Queen to e2, but if queen to e2, still knight to e4. Yeah, probably you shouldn't allow the queen out like that. You should play something like trade queens, going for equal endgame and a draw. When you play against fast-tsunami, you don't get flagged. Just play something. Just play something like, well, knight to d5. Yeah. So there. Is queen to e1 a thing? Queen to g3. You can mate it after knight takes d2, or do you actually get mated? Your queen there doesn't threaten a thing. It doesn't threaten mate. Does it threaten mate? Don't think it threatens mate. Yeah. You can force a queen trade somewhere. Well, there is something. Knight takes f6, is that a thing? So you can defend with like e5. White has no time, so just white only has 5 seconds, so just randomly move pieces, and you will, but that's dirty. Fast-tsunami is a nice person, I believe, so don't just flag. That will be very, yeah. Threatens mate, you can mate it, yeah. Because this threatens mate. Well, do you have other things? If you go rook to h2, you get. What do you get? Does black has anything? Oh, you get knight takes g4. Knight takes g4. If still, still knight takes f6. Is there? there is there. But this knight will still be there, so takes, threatens mate. So you still have to give up your queen. What's the material situation then? That would be interesting. Calculate. So rook to h2, knight takes g3, knight takes f6. E5, knight takes e5, queen to, yeah, that's probably mate. So you can't play knight takes g4. Or I'm missing something, because I miss something a lot. So you can play queen takes or something else. You can play whatever. You can play castle somewhere. You can play, well, something like firstly g6, then I believe you still can play something, but white has no time, so that's pretty bad. Well, now it's game 2, and white opens with d4. It's the same position, the 50th position of the 960 positions, and d4 opens up the queen, so I still think the last game white might be okay. But now b5 defends against some bishop threats, so pushing the center. Well, that also opens up the bishop, so pushing the center is correct, because otherwise you get the bishop takes g2. That will be something like I play. I will play something blunders. The queen comes out somehow. Is that good? Maybe. Because this is like some positions like this, you might get some trouble like there. So h4 defends against that, or you can go like f3, like queen to h4, trade queens, and white will surely be okay if you trade queens. Well, why do I like trading queens so much? Because if you are in an endgame, you can't lose, and well, you're up 1-0, so why not? Just kidding. And so yeah, not sure. Don't run your clock out. Just play random moves in the in the first. Well, playing random moves is not recommended, but it's still better than getting flagged. And although it's might be controversial, that's to dirty flag. Can't dirty flag fast-tsunami though. So whatever. H4. Well, my computer is successfully stuck, so I should probably. It's not stuck. Surprisingly, it's not my computer stuck. So just play something. Queen to h5, or some random legal moves, like g6, h5, or e6, or if I'm playing, what will I play? Well, e6, so pretty good. Does white have a threat? I don't see it, so e6 randomly develop. You can somehow castle, but the problem is don't get flagged. Yeah, that's the main problem. Don't get flagged. White has a simple plan. Well, you push the h pawn and h6. Otherwise, you get h6. You get h6 is not that bad. Well, you get h6 there, but that's not good. But it looks checkmatey, but there are no major pieces there. So you get a free h6, so why not go h6? Free h6, you can sometimes go rook h3 and somehow like that, because well, the king is there and pretty stuck there, and you can sometimes castle along, but here don't think so. It will take several moves to castle along. The problem is, well, you don't get flagged. Yeah, that's the main issue. Don't get flagged. As an atomic player, you should never get flagged. Yeah, unless you play in 1+0 or you berserk. So don't berserk. Just kidding. Yeah, so don't get flagged. Why should play something like? Well, the threat is no threats. Knight to c4 is defended. So yeah, develop f3. Develop the queen to g3. Yeah, queen to g3. So you have to play h6. Well, you don't. You have to play like g5. That doesn't look good. You can't play g5. That's bad. What do you do? Knight there. Well, it defends against g3, so why not? Well, now the bishop defends against g3, so currently there is no queen to g3 threat. You can develop the bishop, but there are no good squares. Unfortunately, there are no good squares for the bishop. In atomic chess, if you sacrifice a knight for a pawn, sometimes there are compensation. Here there are no compensation, but it's still not that bad. In normal position, knight sacrifice for pawns are very common, and it doesn't harm the endgame. In endgames, the knight is basically a pawn. In openings, the knight is much better than a pawn, obviously, but you have to get your knight going. If your knights are just randomly sitting on b1 and c1, that they doesn't do anything. But here you can well develop, because the pawn is on b5, and you can sometimes get mating. The threat is of course now bishop to h2, but is that a mate? At least a perpetual check. Yeah, at least a perpetual check, and well, the bishop covers if f3, so that's mate. So you have to play g3. Well, you can't play other moves. You have to play g3. You don't need to get flagged, and if you don't want to get flagged, just play g3, and well, yeah. So like the first move, you have to play the first moves instantly. If like this position, g3 is first move, so you should take 0 seconds. If you just kidding. But you can just move faster. But white is up 2 minutes, so Crepuscular is well going to get flagged. Castles, and the threat is no current threat. In atomic, you have to ask a question. You have to ask yourself a question for each move. Does my opponent have a threat? Otherwise, you can mate it a lot. But if you are down, if you are like on 35 seconds, then well, you get flagged. So don't get flagged. Yeah. I'll recommend if you are watching this video, don't get flagged, just move randomly. That's better than like the last game. I'm not even sure fast-tsunami is winning. Well, you can't win a queen, so I'm not sure. Even in the final position, I'm not sure even if it's winning. But you get flagged, and here the position is probably also not winning for white, but you get flagged. So that's not good. Don't get flagged. And well, here you can take on b4, but that's not good because of queen 2. Is queen 2 b4? Does it threaten anything? You can defend. Not sure. Yeah, queen 2 b4. Does it threaten anything? But black is going to get flagged, so that's not good. Well, why did Legend Destroyer get 3 points against fast-tsunami? Because he played faster and didn't get flagged. And we'll see that match later because I think I didn't cover that match, and or probably I will forget about that. But so you can mate it. The bishop to d3, yeah, bishop to d3, you can mate it. Well, bishop to d3, you can go f5. So yeah, go f5, but then g4, and that will be complicated. But still bishop d3. So queen to d2. Queen to d2. The threat is, what is the threat? h6. What is threat here? Do you actually get mated? You might get mated. Takes, yeah, that's probably a mate somewhere. Yeah, you get f5 g4, f5 g4. Yeah, still black gets flagged, so you lose. So don't get flagged. And the next time just play randomly in the opening. And this position, let's think about it. Is it a mate? Does black have anything to defend? Let's think about it. If you go, you can't put any piece currently on g6. You have to put something on f5, and you can, since f5 g4, when you go like you can even ping the pawn, so there are no mates. f5 g4, f5. Does white have anything? Other things? Oh, f5 is pinned. What am I saying? f5 is pinned. This bishop is right there, so it's mate. So that's not easy to see. Well, the bishop, sometimes you don't often have a bishop there. In which position a bishop, like in normal positions, there are no bishops there. So that's how chess atomic 960 works, because in atomic 960 there might be some pieces in very peculiar positions and you don't even suspect about it, and so black just loses. Probably in some moves before, like here, yeah, like the move before, like when I analyze something like knight to bishop to d3, it probably is a mate because that bishop there. So yeah, but here you can go g5. G5 still there, so the king is trapped and you have nothing to do against it. You can go e5, go e5, then queen d3, f5. Yeah, then you don't get mated. You should go e5, yeah, blocking this bishop. But who sees that bishop? Yeah, interesting. So okay, so Tsunami now has a 2-0 lead, and well, don't get 5-0. Getting 5 nails will be bad. And don't get flagged. Now, obviously, white is down on clock again, so don't do that. This position, as you can see, is position 608, and we have the 2 bishop there, the king there, that's not good. And b4 still, that's what he likes to play. It threatens mate, so probably e5 is fine too. So knight there develops, and g6 normal defense. Are there any alternative defenses? I don't see one. So yeah, g6, and c4 develops all pieces. c5 challenging the, that's not even the center, but pings the knight. Although it's not a mate. Those 960 positions are very tricky. Sometimes taking on h2 is made, but here it's not made, so it's technically not pinned, at least not absolutely pinned. Sometimes you might still want to go somewhere, but here, well, you just develop. This develops the queen. Well, you might get something like knight to h5 takes queen to h4. Is that the threat? Queen to h5 just defends against everything. I don't think that's a threat. So, yeah. F3. This. Defending against some future bishop threats. Well, now b5 is not does not come with tempo. That's sometimes important, because sometimes b5 comes with tempo, and then you might get mated. Sometimes, because in 960, what do you know? Here, knight to e4, or somewhere. Knight to e4, you get bishop takes h7, but you have, well, this pawn is weak, and you have knight to g5, and is that good? Not sure. You can go just like h3 first, but then bishop to h2 comes with tempo. You don't want to do that. Yeah. And even better, bishop to g3 exclaim, and then you get very mated. So here, what should white play? Randomly develop, like e4 exclaim. But e4 exclaim is obviously better than getting flagged exclaim. That's not the exclaim. So yeah, d4. I don't see a threat, so the 2 bishops are opened up, so I'm sure white is still okay, because I don't see a threat for black. h4. If you go h4, then, well, you win some material probably, but h4 you have to move the knight, otherwise h3. But you sometimes, yeah, that move is not good, since it blocks bishop to I mean, it not only blocks the bishop on a1, it also makes the knight to e4 a bad move. Not sure about that. Just h4. Now h4, white has no good moves, like somehow knight to h4. Not sure. Knight to h5, I mean. Knight to h5, yeah, knight to h5 is somehow, it's okay. It's okay. Because if you can't take right now. But the knight invasion with these pawns opened up, is it still that good? Not sure. Interesting. d4, or there are some threats I'm not seeing, so I'm not good in atomic 960, like overlook threats everywhere. Randomly push middle pawns, or just try to flag white. Don't get flagged, really. I have to say it one another time. Don't get flagged. If you get flagged, you lose. It's the same as losing by checkmate. So b5. What does it do? What does it do? I will probably play h4, but h4 you get g5. Not good. So white pieces here are pretty trapped. And well, the last move, queen to a4 is a threat, so b5 makes sense. But queen to h4 you can't defend with bishop to c2. And well, you can trade the queen for 3 pieces, but that's not good in this stage. Like the king right there, you trade the queen for 3 pieces. That's never good. This white knight is doing nothing, but it's blocking the black bishop. h5 is still risky because of knight to h5. I mean h4 is still risky. White randomly develop pieces, and queen to a5 is obviously nothing because of queen takes b5. Black develops the knight there. Yeah, because unlike the white knight, black knight can randomly move, and well, white is getting flagged again, so don't get flagged. e4 or whatever. The threat is knight to g5, so you get knight to g5. You get knight to g5, knight takes, bishop takes, queen h5, rook. Is there a thing? This bishop, it's pretty tricky. It's risky, but can you play bishop takes at g6? If you play bishop takes g6, it looks ugly, but is there a mate? If you play bishop takes g6, is there a mate? That's a problem. Is there a mate? Queen to g6, knight to b2, queen to if you play bishop takes g6, you can play knight takes, bishop takes, queen h4, rook h8, but then you have to trade the queen for rook. But why do you do that? So you should play there. You get knight to h3. Let's analyze knight to h3 and pawn takes. Yeah. Knight to h3, pawn takes, bishop takes, or pawn takes, and you get flagged. That's a problem. You get flagged in whatever position. If you get flagged, you lose. So don't get flagged. And this position is probably okay for white, but the problem is white is going to get flagged in this position. So the problem again is don't get flagged. Yeah. This video is titled "Don't Get Flagged." It's sponsored by who is a good. Here the black queen will invade, so white is good. And black don't get flagged. For both sides, don't get flagged. This will be a time scramble, and you get there. Queen to d4, knight to e3. That will be tricky. Yeah, now you don't have knight to e3. You have to block with the queen. Terrible. So What is that? The final position is it pawnetized, it's not pawnetized, and black is upper pawn, so it's losing. Yeah, you don't have knight to e3, so that's a problem with knight to c3. You don't have knight to e3 anymore, so yeah, that move just threatens. You can't block. Well, you can't block on e3 again, so you have to play like bishop takes f6. After bishop takes f6, well, black is white is fine, I guess. Does black have anything? Queen to d4, knight blocks, bishop takes, queen blocks, queen takes, rook. Is black still winning? Black is still winning. Black is upper pawn, so so it's the same. So probably no. Black is not upper pawn. So it will be. You should calculate that, because both sides have passed pawns. So you should calculate who is the first, and not sure about this. My analyzing are all terrible. So, but still getting flagged is bad, and white got flagged. White didn't get flagged, but is close to get flagged. And whenever you are in a time trouble, well, not sure. So don't get into time trouble. Just play random legal moves. That's still better than what I played. But yeah. So probably in some positions you're losing, and you get into time trouble, and then you win. Get your opponent into time trouble, and then you win. And just don't get flagged. Will the stream replay be available afterwards? By the way, I think the Twitch streams. I mean I know there's a U-bar stream. The Twitch streams can be replayed. Well, if you just don't delete it. I think I actually watched the last time. And I'm talking to Crepuscular. Yeah. So. Because he was talking on Discord. So it's tsunami 3-0 and has white, so not good for Crepuscular. Just at least get a game. Just don't get flagged, then you will get a game. Here, if you get flagged, you can't get any games. So I believe in the last game, is black really winning before that move? Before the time scramble? I'm not sure. Is black really winning? I can well, I can just randomly say anything, and you can't oppose my opinions. And you can, but that's still better than getting flagged. So now white thinking about this position. That's allowed. Well, this position is interesting, so why not think about it? This might be good for white, so white will just play some random, or my computer is stuck. My computer happens to stuck a lot, get stuck a lot, and this queen right there. You can open with, well, what will I play? I will play knight to e3, or or anything you can't defend with. Knight to e3 you actually can't. Knight e3, e6, knight to g5, g4, knight to g4. There you can defend with everything, so it's not good. And knight to c4. Is that defendable? Knight to e3, e6, knight to c4. Can you somehow ping something? Knight to c4. Whenever you move the b pawn, it's a forced move, so you can get b5 for free, so that's not good. Yeah, you can get b5 for free. So knight to e3, you get b5 for free. And then you defend. You defend. So not good. And then why just lose a knight? that's even worse. White can trade a knight for the bishop, but black gets a free b5, which is not even that good. Or Crepuscular is asking for. Is he asking for? Let's check Discord. Probably when you just lose some games in a row, so you can take a rest and get untilted and don't get flagged, and then it's good. So they will. What's the problem? I think it will be only 1 minute break, or was it a 5-minute break? What's the rule? If I'm Crepuscular, I'm not sure who is pausing. But it's Tsunami to move, so Tsunami is pausing. And let me check the rules. If I'm Crepuscular, I can claim something like a forfeit win, or something like, well, what was the rules? Let me check the rules, and they might be playing right now, but well, I'm checking the rules, so this video can be used as an evidence. Evidence says that sometimes you can do something. Every player has the right to get 1 minute before starting the game, so they can see the position and think about strategies. So only start the game if both players agree in chat or after 1 minute. But here, obviously, 1 minute has passed, and we'll think about this. Do I report? Just kidding. But if I'm Crepuscular, I might claim a forfeit win if Tsunami still doesn't move. I believe the spectators chat is now currently different from the players chat, so they might be chatting in the players chat. Maybe they are agreeing to something, but I'm not sure. Chrono Talk did claim a forfeit win against the Knights, I believe, and their match was 2-2, so forfeit win is better. And let's see the rules. Are there anything about pausing? That's a problem. Maybe I'm a Chrono Talk fan, but well, if you want to host a tournament, maybe your rules should be a little bit more detailed to deal with situations like this. And they are still not playing, so let's talk about some atomic strategies. In atomic chess, sometimes in the opening, if you play as black, you might lose some material. That's normal. If you lose a pawn in the opening, that's normal. The point is, if you play black, you must try to get counterplay. You can't just randomly defend and hoping for the best. Then you will lose in a boring endgame. Then you will lose. Yeah. So just create some tricky things, and sometimes even knight f3 d6 and those things work. And so And another thing is don't get flagged and don't get tilted. If you're tilted, just rest for a bit. And just, yeah, probably Crepuscular is just taking a rest. So let's analyze my games are already analyzed. Let's analyze Tsunami's first games. So, yeah, they are still not playing, so not sure. And nothing is said on Discord. And is my computer stuck? Are they changing? They are changing position. Why? It's not game 4. It's not game 4. $608. $608. That will. Yeah. Here is aborted, and that game is. Where is the correct game? 608. Probably they should start a new position 608. It's not game 4. So again, if I'm Crepuscular, I might claim a forfeit win. So yeah. The first game, well, look at the final position. It's tricky. D4. The queen opens up, and this position is very close to the standard position. So why not D4? And knight develops, and you can defend it with, well, b3 or the normal defense, or can you do anything other things here? Can ping the knight, queen to a5. Yeah, that's what was played. And e5 threatens something like whatever. Firstly, defends against the threat of queen c5, and it opens up the bishop. Let me check the game again. Let me refresh. Okay, so they were playing, and so I still analyze again because, well, Crepuscular is going to take forever in the opening. Knight to f3, and bishop to b4, c3. Obviously, that is always a strat, yeah. So probably white just loses a queen, but you can't take the queen right now because of the threat of knight to g5. So you should firstly defend against that. But then the white queen can escape by. Can it really escape? It can escape. If you want to escape, you still can escape, like queen to b5. There you get taken, there you get taken, there you get, yeah, it's trapped. So your queen is trapped, so if that happens, you can go there. If bishop takes, then your queen is not trapped, and then you can, well, you can win a knight or something. I'm sure black is still better. So you can take, but if you take, you get knight there, so that's it. Can you firstly defend against that, then take? Not sure. Here, still not take. The position is pretty messy. White defends against the threat of. What's the threat? Not sure. So h4, try to play on this side, like sometimes the knight moves and the bishop invades. So h6, preparing for that. e4, opening up the bishop with the idea of bishop to b4 takes c5 to c6, and f6 defending against the threat of knight there, and takes, and queen there, bishop blocks, bishop takes, not sure, bishop take. What's the problem with bishop takes? Oh yeah, queen takes. Yeah, well, why not queen takes directly? You can queen takes directly, you win a piece, why not? Win a pawn. Probably you get bishop takes. Yeah, you can castle. Yeah, you can castle. So that's a problem. Yeah, I mean, I might develop the knight and try to castle. Not sure. So there, queen develops. Yeah. Why there? That's a bad move. So you should go like takes, or takes knight there. Knight there, is that even a threat? Knight there, here, check. So probably black can take the queen at some point, at some moves, but black didn't. So let's come back to the ongoing game. I'm not even surprised. Only 4 moves are played. Knight to g3, and obviously black is still down time, and down almost a minute. So that's not good. Knight to g3. B5. Knight to f5. Is that? Oh, I mean, the directly threat is made, so yeah, so that's okay. So, e3, I mean e4, and so you should just watching out for all the mates, and now you have to defend with, well, g6, and d4 threatens some similar attacks. c5, not afraid of queen to a4, queen to a5, but because it's nothing currently. And d3, I mean d5, and well, d5 was a threat. d6 takes queen to d2, maybe. Sometimes that might be a threat, but here the bishop covers everything. Not sure what's the threat. And queen to a5 anyway, you can defend. Bishop to c7. You can take sometimes. Oh yeah, you get forked. Don't get forked. And yeah, you get forked. That's very bad. And you not only get forward, you get flagged. So yeah, not good. Yeah, just trade queens. No hope here. So probably move before that. Yeah, that is a threat. So yeah, that d6 move actually threatens queen to a5. So you should play bishop there before. But if you play bishop there before, you still get forked. So you should play d6. Yeah. So d6 is always a threat. You should play d6, and that's a problem. You shouldn't play f6, because never play f6. Have you ever heard of that? Yeah, never play f6. Why do you play f6? Well, d6 probably blocks the bishop, but the bishop is currently not threatened to anything, and this knight currently can't jump to anywhere. So why not just play d6? Here you just get mated and lose all your pieces. And well, white is black is still trying to go for something. Well, h3 you still just get taken, and here you don't have anything other things, so you have to go h3, and h takes g3. It's just giving up because your rook can't even get to there. So, and there, that file is not good. That file is nothing. And black is going to get flagged and lose all his pieces. And well, you don't have anything. You just block. You don't have a block though. You have to. Right there. You might get d3, d2. But d3, d2 is currently nothing, so whatever. Yeah, you firstly defend against knight to h3 threats. You get there and defend against all the threats, and you can't allow there, and black gets flagged. And otherwise, you probably don't have anything else better because that move is not good, and that is pretty that is what we call something you might not expect. This move threatens queen to a5, but well, it threatens queen to a5. Well, queen to a5, you can defend, you can escape. Here you can escape with queen to there, queen to f7, queen to f7, b3. Pawn takes, you get en passant. I mean pawn blocks. Yeah, you don't have anything. So just b3, and that should win, and your queen can't escape. Yeah. So just play. Don't never play f6. And here, it's now the match is 4-0. Don't get 5-0. What's that? Or are you too nervous? Probably you're too nervous, but still don't get flagged. You get flagged 4 times out of 4. Play random legal moves. Just devils. Why still 608? Yeah, it's aborted. So yeah. New game. 227 and e4. Or if you really want to avoid 5-0 or for draw, that's just kidding. That's what FFT and RKQ will do. I won't do that. So, did you watch my video? Yeah. I didn't even accept the draw offer that Kataska make, and I won. So, still better than. But if you are in losing position in this game, for example, you're getting flagged again, that's not good. e4, e6. Just play random legal move. Just play like knight to g3. What's the problem? Knight to g3. Knight to g3. You get queen to h4. Nothing. So black doesn't even have a threat, and you still you're down 1 minute. So. Why did Legend? Why could Legend make some pretty impressive scores against Tsunami? Because Legend is a fast player and he also plays Crazy House a lot, so he's pretty good at tactical tricks. And as you can see, the second game he actually also lost. Well, why didn't I commentate on this? Because well, Crepuscular is going to get flagged, and I didn't even So let's wait before he gets flagged. Yeah, just kidding. It's okay, but you should still care about your timing a little bit more. D4, D6, or will he just do a what was it called, time turbation? Just kidding. D4, D6, and this game actually Legend gets flagged. So yeah. E4, so not sure. And also gets flagged. Both of them get flagged. And knight to h6, e3. Well, it defends against all the threats. You can take the knight, just whatever. There. This position, well, as I said, is the same position as the first game, so it's pretty close to the regular atomic chess. So develop the knight, defends like b3. B6, I mean, and they close up the open up the center. The queen just invades, but currently it doesn't have anything. Maybe queen to b4. There, the same idea, and the bishop there pins the bishop. You can't take the queen yet, So you should preferably play like c4, then take the queen. But you take c4, you get, well, you get queen there, so not good. And so don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah. Or you move the queen first and then take the queen. Here you can mate it. Not sure. Yeah, it's not mate yet because it's not yet mate yet. Yeah, white has the queen. White has an advantage, but the queen can be trapped because the two bishops are pretty strong also as well. The threat is of course bishop to d1 and bishop invades. There, blocking the bishop, and there takes queen there. The rook, because this pawn can take both of white pawns. Yeah. So probably queen to d2 is not good. You can't cancel. And this bishop is pretty strong. You should go like c5. c5. Can you open? If you open, do you get rook to b3? Rook to b3 you can block and then you can mate. So probably queen to d2 not good. And then there. Yeah, you get mated or lose all your pieces, so you resign. So let's see the actual game. Yeah, they play only 5 moves. Yeah, and white is going to get flagged, or is it b3 threatens those things. So queen to g5 threatens direct mate. So f4, queen to maybe there, trade queens. Should I go for a draw? Here defend both of these squares, and knight there, maybe. Knight here because, well, but you can defend easily. h4. Knight there, you can take with the bishop or the pawn, so both are good. Why? Just why? What is the threat? What is the threat? Take with the pawn, and knight there, all covered. What's the problem? Take with the pawn. What's the problem? Just take it with the pawn. Here you just lose anyway. But not sure. White is still down a minute. Down half a minute. Not good. Here is okay for white, obviously, because the material is equal. And white has all the pawns pushed. Black bishops are blocked. And, well, that bishop is not blocked. So maybe, yeah, that's a problem. That bishop is not blocked. You can go d5. If you go d5, you can move the knight and then take. But then you get c3. And bishops are pretty strong in the endgames, but white has space, so bishop, even if the bishop open up, not that serious of a problem. Bishop, if the bishop actually invades, there might be some problems somewhere. The main problem is that you will get flagged, so still there anyway. Trade. Takes. You might get a draw, but you might also get a lose, so not good. I don't think white can win because it's pretty drawn. And if anything, the two bishops must have an advantage over the two knights. You can castle on that side just for the memes. Yeah, you can also try to mate, but there are no mates yet. blocks with a bishop block there. Bishop d4. Bishop d4, knight there. Bishop check, you get nothing, but then you take. So yeah, still there. And not sure what to do. Knight e3. Yeah. The problem is white is going to get flagged, so that's still a problem. And castles. That's okay, I guess. However, you might get into some trouble. After something like knight to b5. Knight to b5, bishop to b2, king to b1, bishop to there. There you just get some. Why do you go there? That pawn is blocking everything. If you open up that pawn, you might get in trouble. Yeah, but you can't draw. You have to win. The problem is, of course, now you can't take. You have to block. Like rook there. Yeah, rook there. If you you block with rook there. White now has a draw, I think, but draw is. Take, rook invades. Did white have anything? You offer a draw. Knight to. So what's the problem with knight to there? If knight to there, what's the problem? The bishop is trapped. No, the bishop is not trapped. No, the bishop is still trapped. But why there? Knight to b5. Knight to b5. Knight to b5. The bishop is trapped. Shake my head. Knight to b5. You win a pawn and you. The bishop is still trapped. The bishop couldn't go anywhere. Push, push. Random legal moves. That's still better than getting flagged. You guys 5-0. That position is not. It's still trapped. What's the problem with knight there? The bishop is just trapped. What's the problem with knight to b5? Knight to b5 instantly. Why not knight to b5? Shake my head. Yeah, shake my head. And What is the lesson? Well, don't get flagged. Yeah, don't get flagged. So the problem is sometimes you are going to get flagged and sometimes you are not going to get flagged. The problem is sometimes you yeah, correct. I just analyzed and knight to b5. Yeah, the computer says knight to b5, black resigns in that position. Knight to b5, black resigns. It just says that knight to b5, black resigns. So, yeah. So actually, I didn't miss something. So, the final position, of course, is a draw. Why did he offer a draw? Or is it even a draw? You can play well pawn push somewhere. Not sure. Probably draw. Or if somebody is winning, it's white's winning because black doesn't have a plan. Black has a plan of offering draw. Not sure. I should probably say something on Discord and just to just to show. Were they still playing? I say, come on, bruh. Why do you get flagged? Why are you taking so... Shake my head. I should just say shake my head. Because that's what Opabinia says. Well, Opabinia is obviously just saying... I'm just kidding. I will not say anything. Let's analyze more of those games, shall we? C4. Yeah, here white is going to get flagged and black wins. So that's the problem. Just as you can see, fast-tsunami is down 2 minutes on the time and black resigns. And white resigns. So yeah. So move randomly in the opening and you will win. You will win at least one game. You won't get 0-5. You offer a draw. You play like RKQ. You play like FFT. You still won't get 0-5. Getting 0-5 is, well, it's okay, but you get flagged all the time. You get shake my head. Still shake my head. Okay, so this position is the perfectly normal position, like d4. Does it even threaten anything? It threatens queen to f5, so g6, obviously. Knight to h3 threatens something like knight to g5, and just defend against it, h6, so forth. Yeah. So e4, pushing the center. The bishops are very strong, and this position is probably a normal position. And bishop fianchettos and threatens, well, somehow if the d pawn moves, threatens b2 and just still blocks the bishop. Why not? Because sometimes the d4 pawn might get challenged. So the queen is still not opened up. You might get bishop takes. The problem is if bishop takes, what's white threatening? If bishop takes, not sure what is white threatening. Bishop a5. Yeah, you just take. Black is, however, threatening queen to f4. So let's see the plan. g3, defending against bishop queen to f4. So not sure. Why just lose the pawn for nothing? And knight to f6. F3. Yeah. And not sure what white's composition is, but queen to bishop to h3 sometimes, but knight can block. Bishop there, defending against that even more. G4, but you still can't go bishop h3. The threat you can go g5 sometimes. You don't need to cancel. White resigns. Oh yeah, you get queen to f4. Probably misclick or something, but well, g4 probably you forget about queen to f4. Yeah, queen to f4 you just get mated. So the problem is, yeah, sometimes you forget about this. It's tunnel vision. Sometimes you get, well, you know, g3 was defending against queen to f4, but here you might, after something like bishop there, you might tunnel vision. You might just forget about the purpose of g3, so you get mated, and you get flagged. So here, black wins and white gets flagged, so not good. And the position is of course winning for black, since it's winning for black. You can connect kings though, but the win might be tricky, but it's a win. So knight f3 blocks. Knight there. Knight f3. Why not just f6? There you might get in trouble. At least white wins some pieces, but you might go bishop there. But knight there doesn't even defend. White can defend though. Well, white can defend whatever he likes. So just b3. Yeah. Bishop there. Oh. Yeah, this is opened up. Yeah, that's a problem. That's actually a problem. So yeah, fast-tsunami is good at seeing those tactics. Yeah, so that's a threatening move. Probably white should go for there and then go for c3. But who is going to see that? The bishop, the knight and bishop combination. That's not what you are going to see in a normal atomic game. Here, of course, well, black is winning since black has a queen, and well, white's defense pretty bad. Those pawns haven't moved yet. So white tries to develop pieces, and well, it's going to be very boring since white is down a lot of material, and your queen is your pawn is blocked, and you see your pieces are all blocked and don't have anything. And this is an easy win, of course. So just take and push and you queen, and even without this rook you can mate with some technique, even with king connected. You can't even connect kings. Yeah, you can't even connect. You can connect kings. If you connect kings, the way to win is to create something like a gate, something like the is it Lucina position, something like that. You put a queen one space or two spaces near the pawn. For example, the blocked pawns you put a queen on like a6 or somewhere else, or you can just for the simplicity you can do anything. You have a rook even, so anywhere is okay. So the idea is run your king through the gate, and using zugzwang to make sure when you run through the gate, for example, the king goes this way, and you run the queen through the b file, and the white king runs through the gate. For example, your queen is on a6 and a5, and then your king runs through the b file, and the white king follows through the b file. And once you get to b4, you play king a3, and white will play bishop. King to b4, and you get queen takes c5 checkmate. Since it only blows up the white king, it doesn't blow up the black king. So that's how do you win these games. If you don't know how to win those end games, you can go as well. You can see this website is good for training. So there are some end games you can train end games, and you get those things. So in atomic, king and two queens, king queen and versus king and blocked pawn. So yeah, this is probably a pretty tricky position. So probably you should just go for some zugzwang. This position is more tricky because sometimes you might have to go for the zugzwang because the pawn is blocked on this rank, so you can't create a gate. You might have to go for something like you might have to go for something close to a zugzwang. Or triangulate with your queen. You might need to triangulate like this, and then you mate with a queen. So this is a normal idea. But the idea is the same. You just force a separation of the kings, and then it's the same. So yeah. Let's see. We are game 4, game 5. Yeah, Tsunami gets flagged. So the way to beat Tsunami is to flag him. Sorry, I missed one match in the stream. It's insanely. Didn't appear. I believe it's most of the games against him. Just don't get flagged and you are fine. I was shouting, don't get flagged. Legend was a quick player. You had an obvious win because the black bishop was trapped at some point. I can just see that position. That's just this is a live stream, so we should continue the game. And e4. This is not a live stream. I will just post this video afterwards. E4, d5, and f4, and d4, and g3, knight g3, Well, this position looks pretty peculiar since the rooks there. 930 is too close to the forced win position. Is it 914 or 912 or something? 924 or whatever the position was. And so I believe that position is also bishop, rook, king, rook. And the queen is somewhere there. So it's pretty normal. So the queen is opened up and the pawn blocks, and well defends, and knight, two knights. Well, here you get there. Yeah, the pawn is threatened, so you have to take. You can push. If you push, then why do you play that? Now I think everything is defended. You can't play bishop h6 because pawn takes pawn. So f6, defending against some further threats, and sometimes that might be a problem, but here is not a problem. So bishop there, threatening material, and of course c6. And the problem is you can invade with the queen sometimes, because sometimes you might get bishop to a6 takes, queen to f1, bishop, but here you have a bishop there. So there first, then that is a threat, so you have to block that threat. How to block that threat? a6, that's ugly, but you have to play a6. Well, you can play that. Yeah, you can play that. So good move. I didn't see that move. So yeah, of course it threatens mate, and it cuts off the connection between the queen and the bishop. So you have to place like c3, otherwise you get mated. So or c4, but c4 you get it's okay though. Lose a bishop. Knight there. Threatens winning material and defends against knight to c6. But you get knight there. Knight to e6. How to knight to e6? You get pawn takes pawn. But pawn takes pawn. You get queen there. Queen block takes. Yeah, you firstly win material. Yeah. So still knight there, and bishop takes. Queen there. Knight threatens winning the queen and threatens knight to c4, checkmate. So this is just checkmate. What's this threat? Yeah, just resigns. So that you can't defend against knight to c4. You can defend against it though, but you lose a queen, so that's the same. So just loses. Here, yeah, the way to beat tsunami is only way is to just flag him. Yeah, just probably yeah. D4, D5, normal opening. But d4, d5 might be dangerous. Well, yeah, here it's not dangerous. e4, the bishop opens up, and actually d4 doesn't even open up anything, so I'm not sure. Knight develops, so g3. You can play something. G3. So yeah, just use g3. So like e6, b4. It threatens, doesn't threaten anything. Black has a threat of that, so b4 defends against it, and knight there threatening knight to g4. So h3 or f3, but f3 looks pretty ugly. You get something. So that's f3 anyway. You might get some queen ideas, like somehow your queen get to there and you have to block with this pawn. It might be pretty bad. And well, the threat, well, that is currently not a threat, but it might be a threat in the future, and you don't have that move anymore. So just defend in advance. You get c4, opening up the kind of center, and a4, push all the pawns, Chrono Talk style. Now, yeah, now this bishop is opened up. Problem is you have to play bishop to b6, then you might get some trouble after queen there, rooks there, you might get taken. Do you even have you can defend, you can run the king away, but if you run the king away you might get into other troubles, like bishop there, you get taken. So not sure. There you can get a check in, but that's not good. That's pretty ugly. You might get into some trouble here because the pawn pushes and this bishop might be trapped. Rook blocks anyway, you get taken, and yeah, counter threat. Here, if you go to d2, you might get into trouble of the check. Check and block with the bishop. But still, goes to c2. Now this file is blocked by the king, so you don't have a rook check. And now the threat is queen to b6. So d4. Because black doesn't have any checks even. So d4, yeah. Pawn checks there. If you go there, then push. You have to go to d7. Go to d7. That's pretty ugly. Yeah. And here you can block with the knight. Takes. If you take, block with the bishop, then somewhere. But anyway, maybe this wins better because that doesn't even win, so not sure. Here you can't take because it's even not legal. It's not good and it's not legal. So because this knight will get blown up. And well, you don't have any other things and you have to get mated, or you can go for not even legal. So yeah, it resigns. This game pog 3-3. This position d4, e5, queen there. The threat is there, so push. Just resigns. Yeah, you lose but you only lose 2 pieces. Like, if you are a fan of, I'm just kidding. You lose 2 pieces with tempo. However, even if you lose 2 pieces with tempo, you don't even white doesn't have a mate. You get like b6, queen there, queen takes. Black has no compensation, I believe, but white doesn't have a bishop on a6, so it's not direct mate. And black has well, black rook is kind of developed. You can castle and open up the center, and playing something close to the what was it called, the anti-Chrono Talk gambit. Just kidding. And it's just down 2 pieces, like only 2 pieces down. What's it? Just just play like down 2 pieces, and like in normal position, like in the normal historics position. I mean, historics always play the same defense that leads to the loss of 2 pawns in knight f3 e3 game. But historics wins a lot of game with that position. So why not just lose 2 pawns? I mean, 2 pieces are pretty close to 2 pawns, so why not? Just kidding. So yeah, probably resigns is the best because fast-tsunami is good at winning 2 pieces up. But you still, I mean, 3-3. Why not play it out? Only lose 2 pieces. Final position. It's just some random calculation. And d4. The same idea, but now it's defended. And you can go for something like that. This is pretty normal position. The queens are so traded so early, and this position looks like a middle game. And those positions are pretty interesting, but yeah, you can't take because rook takes rook, and it's a pretty normal equal position. This is so drawn. Why did he lose? Well, I don't know. Just trade the rooks. It should be easy draw. The 2 bishops might be tricky, but here what's that? You take. Just take the bishop. It's a little easy draw. Just take the bishop. You can't go rook anywhere because rook check. And it's a little easy draw. Here is not a draw because it's not a draw. Because the bishop can take this pawn and it's not a draw. So what's that move? I'm not sure. You don't even have a threat. It's so drawn, and this is of course lost. It's obviously lost. So, well, how to win this kind of endgames? When you have a piece against some blocked pawns, you push the piece to sacrifice it for a pawn that's closer to the promotion. If you don't have such pawns, it's a draw. You have a pawn like here. You see this pawn will be, if you sacrifice a piece, this pawn will be the pass pawn. So you run your king to f6, and then you sack your bishop for the e2 pawn, and then you win. So that's easy. You need to calculate in those positions, but when your king is on the 6th rank, and even better, if you want to be accurate, you put your king on g6, and white doesn't even have a free move. So sometimes you get king to g6. White have to push the pawn wasting a move, and you get king to f6, and white random moves, and then you take the pawn, and then you block it even better. But here it doesn't matter. So well, there is another kind of situation. If the bishop can't even take any of the pawns, then it's an obvious draw. So how to draw these positions? Well, you just draw this position. You just take the bishop. Just take the bishop. It's draw. So, but if you draw, you lose in this position. But it's still better than. I mean, if I have a well, I can put that on my profile forever. I can put that. I almost beat fast-tsunami in an 8-game match. I only lost by 1 point. Only lost by 1 point. 3.5 to 4.5. I put that in my profile. That's better than than losing a drawn position. That's better than that's better. So don't lose in a drawn position. Although fighting for a win is good. But don't fight for a win, fight for a loss in a drawn position. Yeah, that's the saying. So as you can see, fast-tsunami is very strong. I'm saying if he's going to face, who is he going to face? Let's see the bracket. And the bracket, well, he currently there. I'm not sure, not even that sure about the. Okay, so it's Onubens beat Savakura to get into round 5. It's actually round 4. Historics and Opabinia will just I don't even know if they are going to play their match, because they are going to face Onubens and they will probably lose. But I believe Onubens is not that strong. Opabinia almost beat him last time, so I'm not sure. Vlad beat Chronotalk 7-1, still better than 5-0. T-Paul lost to Heathcliff, so Vlad will play Heathcliff. That's hard to predict. I think Vlad is still slightly better, but Heathcliff is also pretty strong. Arca versus Atomic Chess Sensei. It's not played yet. If I'm Atomic Chess Sensei, I might claim a forfeit by Arca. Katask versus Desha. Katask already won, and like ages ago. And Arca, if Arca wins, well, who will play Katask? That will also be an interesting match. Arca is very strong, but in this tournament he's playing pretty suspiciously, and well, lost the game to standard deviation. That says it all. And it was like 7 moves, terrible. And here, fast-tsunami versus RR007. Well, he beat Crepuscular to get to this round 4. And he will be facing Xanify, also known as Crepuscular. I know the Crepuscular, the Y is pronounced similar to Yu, so yeah. I mean, so here, nothing. If I believe this bracket is actually not that good for the lower half. The lower half is pretty strong, and the upper half, well, Vlad is pretty strong, and well, it's round of 16, round of 8. Yeah, only round of 8. So all of them are pretty strong. There are no surprises. Well, there is a surprise, Crepuscular. And Crepuscular actually gets pretty close to the top level recently. So good for him. And finally, who do I pick for the champion? I'll still pick, well, I'll pick Onubens. Why? Just because he's going to face Historics. That's what I discovered. Compare with this bracket with the last bracket. I mean, you can find it. You can find the second edition. You just change it to the second edition. Compare it. Just remember the next opponent might be History. Remember it. It might be Historics. And what was it? 5-0, 4.5, 1.5, 5-2. Compare with the last time. Vlad didn't have a first round. It's similar. It's same to 5-0 because it's not paired, so it's 5-0. 4.5, 1.5, 5-2, 5-0. If Historics actually is Historics, if Historics actually forfeits this time, it's 5-0. Is this too close? Yeah. And he's going to face, well, and he's also the first seed. and Vlad was the first is last time, and with almost exactly the same set of results, and he's going to face Historics. And as you know, just kidding. And I'm a Historics fan, but well, it's unfortunate that Historics will not play this match. I'm just saying this to hope Historics actually plays in this match, because if he plays, he won't get 5-0, and he will probably beat Opabinia, because Opabinia actually lost to me in a friendly match. So I mean, lost once, but still lost to me. That's not good. If you ever lose to me, well, Catastrophe lost the game to me. But that's pretty suspicious. So just kidding. Actually, now my Lich's username is currently not Historic as Chronatalk anymore. My username is currently Nato is Bustosos, which is also Barbosa's Discord name. So yeah. As a final part of this video, I'm going to is it time? Yeah. I'm going to thank you all for watching my videos, and well, you can there are any recent big tournaments? Yeah, there are no big tournaments, and for you guys, well, if you are going to face the midterm, then I hope you can do well in the midterm. If you guys are graduating, I hope you can successfully graduate under those situations, and enjoy life, guys, and don't get flagged. This is the moral of this video. Don't get flagged. Okay, thank you for all for watching. Too much random talks.